What's up, guys? It's been such an exciting time here at Rode with the release of the RØDECaster video. So we thought we'd dive into some of the features and ask some important questions to the man himself, Senior Product Manager Tristan. First off, how are you doing?
Thanks, Steve. It's been an incredible time seeing this product out into the wild after so many years of development, and the feedback already has been incredible.
That it has. Let's dive into some of your questions. So how does this compare with other video switchers, and what makes it so special?
Well, I think for starters is that it's not just a vision switcher. I think it's the accumulation of many different devices into one fully integrated production console, audio being a massive part of that. So having the RØDECaster platform come directly into this was something that we'd seen people asking for years now. People saying, when do we get a vision switcher with RØDECaster capabilities? And so this is really the delivery of that. But then on top of that, we have the recording, we have the streaming, we have integrated media player. So you're not required to take up additional sources by bringing in videos and things like that. So really the possibilities for this product are so much more than just a simple vision switcher.
Let's talk inputs. How many cameras can it switch between?
So we have the 6 input buttons on the front, and that is for 4 HDMI sources and then 2 additional UVC inputs. And UVC is the standard for USB video coming into the device. And so this is a standard that's most common in webcams, but we're also seeing it in capture cards, so converting from HDMI to USB, but we're also now seeing it in mirrorless cameras. So more and more, like the latest Sony range, can actually be plugged directly by USB into the device, and you've actually got uncompressed video coming into the RØDECaster video for those additional 2 channels. But like I mentioned before as well, it's not just about those 6 inputs. Having the dual media player on board as well allows you to have multiple pieces of video that you could actually transition between, allowing you to have 2 videos playing at once, which is saving you additional inputs on the device. And that's a huge factor that can't be understated.
All right, we spoke about some of the inputs there, but what devices can I connect through the USB inputs on the RØDECaster video?
So I'm sure, as everyone will notice straight away, is we have 5 USB-C ports on the back of the device. And this is really from us wanting to not have any limitations in terms of connectivity. So we have 2 ports that are dedicated to computers. And so this is so you can have 1 port for your main output, which is a UVC output to a computer, as well as your multi-track audio. We have another port for connecting either a second computer as a USB audio interface, or you can actually use that to control Rode Central as well. Then we have a dedicated port for recording. So we didn't want to take up any of the other ports because that is such a core feature to the product, being able to record. So having that dedicated port was important. And then we have the 2 additional kind of multi-function ports. And these are for the UVC inputs, as I mentioned, for those additional 2 video sources, or USB audio as well. So any of our Rode USB products, including the RØDECaster Pro and RØDECaster Duo, can connect directly to the RØDECaster video, and now you have that expanded audio functionality. And something that's really particular about us having that ecosystem is that we can completely control the audio that's going to and from the devices. So for instance, a USB microphone will be able to take advantage of the onboard zero latency monitoring, including all the processing that's happening on the device. But the RØDECaster video is actually controlling that processing, and it's not sending back a copy of itself. So the person listening on the USB mic isn't hearing themselves as an echo. And this is part of the seamless integration of the devices in this system.
And what does Rode Central unlock with the RØDECaster video?
Rode Central is an incredibly powerful companion for the RØDECaster video that helps you unlock some of the more granular control and really kind of the setup process of the device, allowing you to kind of bring in media, allowing you to manipulate scenes and set up things in exactly as you want, so that when you then come to operate the RØDECaster video, everything is at your fingertips. There is a huge amount of customization and configuration on the device itself, But Rode Central, having the live video feed come into the application, having the full audio mixer, having the scene builder, being able to set up auto switching and things like that, that really gives you that additional finer control, which is why we didn't want it to be limited to just USB connectivity. It is actually using network to actually connect to the devices. So you can be wirelessly connected over Wi-Fi and get that full functionality, or directly connected with an Ethernet port as well.
And you can actually control it remotely.
Well, that's the additional part, is that the entire interface is also available in Rode Central. So controlling all of the input scene buttons, being able to have an operator sitting there creating scenes on the fly while the talent is live, like all of that is possible because of the remote connection. And because we're on the network, someone connecting with a VPN doesn't have to be in the same building. They could be on the other side of the world controlling the device. This really does unlock, new workflows and potentials for these creators.
So let's talk chroma keying. How does it work?
Chroma keying can be notoriously difficult to set up in vision switches, and we didn't want that to be the case here. So with the RØDECaster video, we developed an auto key algorithm that basically takes all the hard work away from you. We actually have a demo here set off to the side. Stevie, if you would be so kind.
I'll do the honors.
And once you've set up your lighting and you're ready to go, simply pressing the key button on the device, you can either select transparent, which allows you to use the chroma key in a picture-in-picture as a floating head, or you can put a piece of media behind, which is what I'm going to do now by selecting this piece of media. And what the algorithm does is that it automatically detects the green behind and applies all the appropriate settings for you so that you have a finished production ready to go. It's as simple as that.
We can see the two XLRs. We've got the USB mics we talked about, but what about wireless mics? How many of those can we connect?
So we actually have 2 wireless receivers integrated into the device, and this is in addition to everything else. But not only that, because of these 2 additional USB-C ports, you can actually connect additional wireless devices because the Wireless Pro, the Wireless Me, the Wireless Go 2, they all support USB connection.
Yeah.
So you can add additional wireless devices to the system. Having those 2 integrated wireless receivers though, obviously a huge workflow benefit, not having to worry about that additional set of batteries, not having to worry about additional cables. So another testament to the Rode ecosystem.
One of the first things people will see when they get the device is this I button over here. So what exactly does that do?
So this is the inspect feature, which is quite unique to the RØDECaster video and really utilizes the interface that we have, including the 2-inch touchscreen. So enabling this allows me to see information about my input sources. It allows me to move them around, reassign the positions, and even add audio sources and things like that. But on top of that, it allows me to see thumbnails and information about the scenes and the media that I also have on the device. There's another huge aspect to this feature, and that's the ability to have a kind of safe mode and a dynamic preview while you're in instant mode. So at the moment we're in instant, which allows me to kind of cut between the different camera sources quite dynamically and easier for, single operators in particular. But the inspect button allows me to dynamically add a preview. So now I can actually check my camera angles, I can check what pieces of media I have, what my scenes are, and this allows me to then go, oh yep, that's the one that I had, go out of it before I switch live. It's another kind of really unique aspect to the flexibility of the product that we're, quite excited to see people adopt into their workflows.
Does it have DSP effects and processing quite like other RØDECasters?
Absolutely. So it wouldn't be a RØDECaster without the legendary Aphex processing, as well as all the additional elements that we have on there. So EQ, compression, de-esser, noise gate, all of that is integrated onto every single channel on the RØDECaster video. This is really a testament to the fact that we are bringing that entire platform into this device, which also extends to the custom output routing as well that we have. So every single output can have a completely custom mix applied to it, which is, just a testament to the flexibility of the system in general.
And why exactly is that important?
Every production is different and they all have different requirements for audio in particular. You might have a guest that wants to hear themselves slightly less in their headphones, so they can turn themselves down without impacting the main mix. You might have the line outputs going to a PA system, which you might not want to send the microphones, or you might not want to send certain bits of content. So having that control is obviously huge for like any of those more complex environments. But even something as simple as a guest coming in, on a Zoom call and the audio going back out over USB, they can't hear a version of themselves. They need a mix minus applied. So all of this is looked after in the RØDECaster video, allowing for super flexible audio controls.
So how exactly does it connect in with a RØDECaster Duo or a RØDECaster Pro 2?
So it's a super simple integration. Basically, we have a single USB-C cable going between the devices, coming out of USB 2 of the RØDECaster Duo or RØDECaster Pro 2, going into USB 4 or 5 of the RØDECaster Video. And what this really allows you to do is expand the audio functionality, giving you the tactile control as well as the additional interface options. What that allows you to do is have a single shared mix between the devices. So I have this pod mic going into the RØDECaster Duo, which is then going into the RØDECaster Video. But if I was to play like a video clip or something with audio on the RØDECaster Video, I'm also hearing that come back into the RØDECaster Duo.
Cool, okay.
So it's allowing you to have a basically seamless integration between the devices.
Big question, can it connect to 4K cameras and other video sources as well?
So the RØDECaster Video is a full HD workflow device. You can connect higher resolution cameras and the device will automatically negotiate so that it sends the right format. Offering the full functionality of the RØDECaster Video in 4K would require significantly more processing, which would make the product more expensive and out of reach for most creators.
So how exactly can the RØDECaster Video connect to my phone and what can it do with it?
So there are a couple of options here. You can connect either by Lightning or USB-C directly to the USB port on the RØDECaster Video, allowing an additional audio source for calls, for music. You can do the same with Bluetooth as well. And some phones even allow you to connect from the USB-C port to the HDMI inputs to allow you to use your camera as an additional source on the RØDECaster Video. This is not natively supported in iPhone, but some apps do allow you to do it, and some Android phones allow you to do it as well.
Can you stream to multiple platforms?
So you can have multiple platforms saved on the device that you can go between, but you can only stream to them one at a time. If you want to stream to multiple destinations, you can use a service like Restream.
There's going to be a lot of people watching this right now going, is this for me? So what is the target audience?
So the RØDECaster Video is for anyone that's interested in multi-camera content creation. From solo creators, video podcasters to live streams and digital broadcast. It really does streamline your workflow, cuts down on a lot of gear on your desk. And, overall, if these features resonate with you, then this product is absolutely for you.
Is the RØDECaster Video beginner friendly?
Absolutely. The interface of the RØDECaster Video has been designed to be very intuitive, gives you all the hands-on control that you need, and you're able to get up and running in a very short amount of time. It does allow you to grow with the product, so as you dive deeper into the features, you learn with it, but the overall barrier to entry is very low.
Thank you so much. We know you're incredibly busy right now, so we really appreciate your time. And we're going to be doing a few more of these. So if you have any questions for the team, then make sure you get them in the comments below. And also, if you want to get your hands on a RØDECaster Video, we are giving one away at the moment, along with $250,000 and a heap of other prizes in our Creator of the Year awards. Make sure you get your entry in right now.